In this lesson, we're going to continue to discuss paragraph formatting. If you'd like to follow along, go under the File menu to Open, and in the Sample Files folder, scroll down to 0708, Bullets and Numbering Secrets, and just click Open. In a previous lesson, I mentioned a couple of different ways to format bullets and numbering. Now, we'll discuss the most efficient way to format both. Why don't we start with bullets? So if you're not in your type tool, switch to your type tool and just select the first 4 paragraphs under the subhead that says Format as a Bulleted List. And in the control panel, make sure you're in your paragraph formatting controls. And you'll notice that there's a bulleted list button and also a numbered list button. Why don't we start just by clicking on the bulleted list button? That's going to give us a little bit of a head start. Now, if I wanted to get into the bullets and numbering options, I could go under the options menu of the paragraph panel and just go to bullets and numbering. But there is a faster way. If I wanted to get into my bullets or numbering options or alternatives on a Mac, I'm going to hold down my Option key. On a PC, hold down Alt and just click on that bullets button. The first thing I can see at the top over here, it says bullet characters. Well, what if I didn't want to use any of these? I wanted to use some other character from possibly even some other typeface. Well, all I have to do is click Add, and it's going to open up the Add Bullets window, very similar to the glyphs panel. It has every single glyph in this particular typeface. But maybe I want a glyph from some other typeface. Well, I can go to my font family pop-up and scroll all the way down to the bottom and choose Wingdings, which has all kinds of cool symbols that I may want to use. Let me just go down a little bit, and you can see that there are these various square glyphs. Let me just click on one of them. Maybe I want to use the big one, but I'm not sure. I'm going to click Add to add it to my list of possibilities, and I'm also going to choose this small square and hit Add. Let me see if there's anything else I might want to use. Oh, how about this diamond shape? I'm going to hit Add. And when I have everything I think I might want to use, I'm just going to click OK. And you can see that it added all of those glyphs to my bullet character possibilities. I'm going to start with the small square. And if nothing happens, make sure to check Preview. Now, this is the really cool thing about doing bullets and numbering this way. I can apply a character style to my bullet. Right now, it's applying none, but I have something called red. And you can see now, from that pre-existing character style that I set up, my bullets are all red. Pretty cool. Now, down in the bullet or numbering position section, you can see it says alignment, left, left indent, first line indent, and tab position. The first 3 are all kinds of formatting from the paragraph panel, and we already used these in formatting a bulleted style in a previous lesson. But watch what happens if I increase the left indent. It's going to move the bulleted text further and further away from the left side of my column or frame. And the higher the number, the further in it's going to go. But what if I didn't want the bullet so far away from the rest of the text? Well, it's a first line indent with a negative number. So it's moving it back towards the left. To move it closer to my left indent, I'm going to lower that negative number. It's still going to be negative, but you can see now it's not going back as far, so it's closer to the text. But what if I wanted my bullets right up against the left side of my column? Well, I can lower my left indent. And you can see now the bullets are sitting right on that left side of my frame. Anytime you have a left indent and a first line indent with the same number, only the first line indent is a negative number, your bullets will be sitting right on the left side of your column or frame. Now, all I have to do is click OK. And I have my bulleted formatting. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to save it as a paragraph style. And that way, the next time I have to make bullets, all I have to do is click on the style. And I don't even have to think about how I formatted my bullets. But what about numbers? Let me select the first 3 or 4 paragraphs under the subhead that says Format a numbered list with levels. And you can see once again up in the control panel, there's a button that is a numbered list. And I'm just going to apply that to use the defaults. But how do I get to the options or alternatives for numbers? Hold down Option on a Mac, Alt on a PC, and get to those options or alternatives. I'm going to start with a level 1 numbered style. And I'm going to use a format which is 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see there's also a bunch of other kinds of formats for numbered lists. For the first one, I'm going to use 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to apply a character style to the number. By default, it's none. I have a pre-existing style that I set up that's called bold purple. And you can see now the numbers are bold and purple and also a different typeface. And the alignment works the same way. If I wanted to indent my numbered list from the left side, I would increase the left indent. And if I wanted to make the numbers further away, let's say, I could click my down arrow next to first line indent to move it further towards the left, away from that original indent. I'm going to increase that and then lower the left indent so it goes all the way back towards the left side of my column. And I'm done with my level 1 numbered list. Let me click OK. How do you do a level 2? So I could do something like 4 and then have ABC under it. Well, let me select the next 3 paragraphs and I'm going to apply numbers. And you can see it's just continuing my numbered list at this point, but that's because I have to tell it it's a level 2. Let me Option or Alt click on my numbered list button, and I'm going to start by making it a level 2. It's still 1, 2, 3 because I didn't pick the format that I want to use. How about I use capital A, B, C, D? And you can see that's exactly what it's doing. And you can see that it also, by default, it's going to restart the numbering at this level from any previous level. So basically what that means is after any level 1, it's going to start with A, B, C, D again. So let me just continue. I want to indent this. So I'm going to click my up arrow next to left indent. And when it's lining up nicely with my other indented text, all I have to do is pick a character style. Let me do that. How about red? So now you can see I have an ABC that's red. And I'm going to click OK. Now, what if I change this to match a level 2? Well, I don't want to recreate this. Normally, I would set up a paragraph style for each level. But instead, what I'm going to do is go to my eyedropper tool, and I'm going to click on that level 2. And you can see what it did. It went 1, 2, and then there's a level 2, which is A, and then it went to 3. So it is setting up a numbered list exactly how you would expect it to. The other thing that's really kind of nice is, let's say I selected my number 2 listing, and I just deleted it. Well, you can see that what used to be number 3 is now number 2. So it updates automatically. That's part of what makes this kind of numbering so efficient. We're going to continue to discuss paragraph formatting in the next lesson.